The strangest bird on Earth, the secret life of New Zealand's night walker. Act 1. Introduction: The mysterious Kiwi. In the deep forests of New Zealand, when the sun disappears and darkness slowly covers the land, a quiet and mysterious creature begins to move. Hidden beneath thick ferns and fallen leaves lives one of the most unusual birds on Earth, the Kiwi. At first glance, the Kiwi hardly looks like a bird at all. Its small round body, long beak, and soft hair-like feathers make it resemble a small mammal wandering silently across the forest floor. Unlike most birds, the Kiwi cannot fly. Its wings are tiny and hidden beneath its feathers, almost invisible to the eye. Yet despite this limitation, the Kiwi has survived for millions of years, perfectly adapted to life on the ground. The forests of New Zealand provide the ideal environment for this secretive bird. Dense vegetation, thick layers of leaves, and moist soil create a world filled with hidden life. For the Kiwi, this forest floor is a vast hunting ground. As night falls, the bird slowly emerges from its underground burrow. Carefully, it begins to explore its surroundings. The Kiwi moves quietly, step by step, listening and smelling for signs of life beneath the soil. Its most remarkable feature is its long, slender beak. At the very tip of the beak are small nostrils, something extremely rare among birds. This unique adaptation allows the Kiwi to detect scents hidden beneath the ground. Earthworms, insects, beetles, and larvae all become part of its nightly search for food. Each careful probe of the soil reveals a hidden world invisible to human eyes. The Kiwi's feathers also make it unique. Instead of stiff flight feathers like most birds, the Kiwi's plumage is soft and loose, almost like fur. This unusual texture helps the bird move quietly through dense vegetation without making noise. Silence is essential in the darkness of the forest. Every rustle of leaves, every movement beneath the soil can reveal either food or danger. Although the Kiwi appears calm and slow, it is a skilled survivor. For millions of years, these birds lived in isolation on islands with very few predators. In this safe environment, the Kiwi evolved into one of the most extraordinary birds in the world. Today, it remains a symbol of mystery and resilience. A small bird that walks where others fly. And as the night deepens in the forests of New Zealand, the Kiwi continues its silent journey through the shadows. Act 2. Anatomy and Adaptation. The Kiwi is one of the most unusual birds on Earth. At first glance, it hardly looks like a bird at all. Its rounded body, tiny wings, and fur-like feathers make it resemble a small mammal wandering through the forest. But perhaps the most astonishing feature of the Kiwi is its egg. Compared to its body size, the Kiwi lays one of the largest eggs of any bird in the world. In some species, the egg can weigh nearly 20% of the female's body weight. To imagine the scale, it would be like a human giving birth to a child weighing more than 10 kilograms. Inside the nest, the enormous egg rests carefully beneath the parent. In many Kiwi species, it is the male that takes on the demanding responsibility of incubation. For weeks, he rarely leaves the nest, protecting the egg and ensuring the next generation survives. Beyond the egg, the Kiwi's anatomy reveals a series of extraordinary adaptations. Its long beak is not just a tool for feeding. At the very tip of the beak are highly sensitive nostrils, something almost unheard of in birds. This unique feature allows the Kiwi to smell its prey before it ever sees it. As it walks across the forest floor, the bird constantly probes the soil, searching for worms, insects, and other small creatures hidden beneath the surface. The Kiwi also possesses strong legs and sharp claws. These powerful limbs allow it to dig into the earth and navigate the dense undergrowth with surprising speed. Despite its small size, the kiwi is a remarkably capable forager. Another unusual feature is its feathers. Unlike most birds, kiwi feathers are loose and hair-like rather than stiff and structured. This gives the bird a soft, shaggy appearance and helps it move quietly through the forest at night. Hidden beneath these feathers are tiny wings. They are so small that they are almost invisible, and they serve little purpose in flight. Over millions of years of evolution, the kiwi simply lost the need to fly. Instead, it adapted perfectly to a life on the forest floor. Its senses, especially smell and hearing, guide it through the darkness. Every movement is careful, every step deliberate. In the silent forests of New Zealand, the kiwi has become a master of the night. Act 3. Habitat and Behavior. Far from cities and human activity, the forests of New Zealand provide the perfect home for one of the world's most unusual birds, the kiwi. These forests are ancient ecosystems. Towering trees, thick ferns, and layers of fallen leaves create a complex environment where countless species live hidden from view. For the kiwi, this forest floor is not just a home. It is an entire world. During the day, the kiwi remains hidden. It shelters inside carefully constructed burrows dug into the soft soil, often beneath tree roots or dense vegetation. These burrows protect the bird from harsh weather and from predators that roam the forest. But as evening approaches and darkness begins to fall, the kiwi awakens. Night is when this remarkable bird becomes active. Slowly and cautiously, the kiwi emerges from its underground shelter. The forest is quiet, illuminated only by faint moonlight filtering through the canopy. Using its powerful legs, the kiwi begins its nightly patrol. It moves steadily across the forest floor, searching for food hidden beneath the soil and leaf litter. Its long beak probes the ground repeatedly. Each movement is guided by scent, sound, and instinct. Earthworms, beetles, spiders, and larvae are all part of the kiwi's diet. Though it appears gentle and slow, the kiwi is an efficient hunter within its own environment. Despite its solitary nature, the kiwi is not always alone. Some species form long-term pairs, with partners sharing territory and cooperating during breeding season. When two kiwis encounter one another, their behavior can be cautious, curious, or even territorial. Soft calls and body movements help them communicate in the darkness. Their territories can cover several hectares of forest, and each pair carefully patrols its boundaries. Throughout the night, the kiwi continues its quiet journey. Across fallen logs, through thick ferns, and even across shallow forest streams, it explores every corner of its habitat. The forest itself becomes a map of scents and sounds. Every rustle in the leaves, every movement beneath the soil carries information. By the early hours of the morning, the kiwi's work is nearly finished. As the sky slowly brightens and the first hints of daylight appear, the bird begins its return. Step by step, it makes its way back toward the hidden entrance of its burrow. There, beneath the shelter of roots and soil, the kiwi will rest again. And when night returns, the quiet guardian of the forest floor will once again begin its silent patrol. Act 4. Threats and Conservation. For millions of years, the kiwi lived in relative safety across the forests of New Zealand. With no natural land predators, these birds evolved without the need to fly. They walked freely across the forest floor, protected by isolation and time. But this delicate balance changed dramatically when humans first arrived on the islands. Along with people came new animal species that had never existed in these forests before. Predators such as stoats, ferrets, cats, and dogs quickly became a serious threat to the kiwi. Unlike birds that could escape into the sky, the kiwi had no way to flee. Its slow movement and ground nesting behavior made it extremely vulnerable. Kiwi eggs and chicks are especially at risk. Many young birds never survive their first few months of life. In some areas, studies have shown that without protection, only a small percentage of kiwi chicks reach adulthood. As these pressures increased, kiwi populations began to decline across the country. Entire regions where kiwis once thrived slowly grew silent. But the story of the kiwi is not only one of danger. It is also a story of conservation and determination. Across New Zealand, scientists, conservationists, and volunteers have joined forces to protect this extraordinary bird. Using modern tracking technology, researchers carefully monitor the movements of individual kiwis in the wild. Small radio transmitters allow them to understand where the birds travel, where they nest, and how they survive in changing environments. Another important conservation strategy focuses on protecting kiwi eggs and chicks. In some programs, eggs are collected from the wild and carefully incubated in secure hatcheries. Once the chicks grow large enough to defend themselves from predators, they are released back into protected habitats. Predator-free sanctuaries have also become a crucial part of the kiwi's survival. These specially managed forests are surrounded by fences designed to keep invasive predators out. Inside these safe zones, kiwis can once again roam the forest floor with far fewer dangers. Over time, these efforts have begun to make a difference. Slowly but steadily, some kiwi populations are stabilizing, and in certain areas they are even beginning to grow again. The work is far from finished. Protecting a species that evolved over millions of years requires patience, dedication, and constant effort. But with each kiwi that returns safely to the forest, there is renewed hope. Hope that the quiet footsteps of this remarkable bird will continue to echo through New Zealand's forests for generations to come. Act 5. Legacy and Fascination. Few animals represent a nation as strongly as the kiwi represents New Zealand. For generations, this small, mysterious bird has become a powerful symbol of the country's identity. So much so that people from New Zealand are often proudly called Kiwis, a name inspired by the bird itself. But the kiwi is far more than just a symbol. It is a living reminder of a unique evolutionary story that unfolded in isolation over millions of years. Separated from other continents, New Zealand became a natural laboratory of evolution. Without large land predators, many species developed unusual characteristics. Birds filled ecological roles normally occupied by mammals in other parts of the world. Some grew large and powerful, while others, like the kiwi, adapted to life on the forest floor. Over time, this small bird became perfectly suited to its environment. Its powerful sense of smell, strong legs, and nocturnal habits allowed it to thrive in the darkness of the forest. Yet, despite its resilience, the kiwi remains a fragile part of this ecosystem. Its survival now depends not only on nature, but also on the choices made by people. Across the country, the kiwi has inspired a deep sense of responsibility. Communities, scientists, and conservationists continue working together to ensure that this extraordinary bird does not disappear. Education programs teach younger generations about the kiwi's importance and the role each person can play in protecting nature. For many children seeing a kiwi for the first time, the experience sparks curiosity and wonder. That moment of connection may shape how they see the natural world for the rest of their lives. In many ways, the kiwi represents something larger than itself. It represents the fragile balance of ecosystems, the consequences of human actions, and the power of conservation when people choose to act. If the forests remain protected, and if the work of conservation continues, the kiwi may still have a long future ahead. Deep within the forests of New Zealand, as night falls and mist rises from the ground, the kiwi begins its quiet journey once again. Moving slowly across the forest floor, guided by instinct and ancient memory, it continues a story that began millions of years ago. A story of survival, a story of adaptation, and a story that reminds us how extraordinary the natural world can be. Follow and support Evrona documentary for more secrets hidden in nature.